Okay, folks, stand back, because Ty's going to play a different spirit. One that kind of curb stomps France and Sweden, so let's go with good old England, the best adversary. Today, we are playing the Trickster. Okay, so I was very excited for this spirit to come out on digital, because it seems like something that would be right up my alley. I have played a handful of games with this thing, and at least thus far, I'm not super high on it, and I can't seem to put my finger on why exactly. But that aside, I think the spirit is very good. This Dahan push ability here is a funny point to compare. It's obviously not apples to apples or whatever, but like this is Shroud's right innate that it sometimes only hits like half the time, whereas Trickster gets to do it for free every turn and starting from turn 1 if it wants, which is very, very good and far from the only thing the spirit does. We pick 2 of 4 growth options every turn. Our reclaim costs energy, but we can always gain energy equal to our card plays. Lots of elements on our top track, including an any here, super helpful for thresholding majors. We can get to 3 card plays pretty quick, which I think I usually stop at because this dead space kind of sucks and the stuff on the top track's pretty appealing. I guess I should talk about what the spirit actually does. We like Strife. Whenever one of our powers adds Strife, we can pay 1 energy to add another Strife. And downside special rule, we don't like to intentionally heal Blight. And then we get to the heart of the spirit. Let's see what happens. You target a land, flip over the top card of the minor deck, and you do what the text of that card says no matter what. So you could flip over Quicken the Earth Struggles, which would give you defend 10 and 1 damage to every building, which is just bananas for an easy to hit an 8. Or you could flip over a card that does nothing or isn't relevant. Or you could flip over one of the 4 minor powers that add Blight, which is usually what you do not want to see happen. And for just 1 moon element more, you can choose to forget a power card to gain the card you just flipped over and an energy, which is crazy good value. We got even more innates over here. Let's see, it can be slow, we can add Strife, triggers our special rule, add more Strife. We can have an Invader and a Dahan fight each other, which combos with Strife. And then we have kind of random beast damage. Our uniques, this card's bananas. 1 energy, fast, 1 range, destroy a town, no questions asked. Having access to this card lets the spirit create pockets very easily. The downside is that there's a 30-something% chance that this adds Blight, but the upside's insane, so like, whatever. We add Strife, Strife piece hits other pieces, and we add beasts or push explorers around. Okay, usual disclaimers apply. I am not an expert at this spirit, so you're probably going to see some mistakes. I'm also new to this matchup, and it's England, so it could be long, grab yourself a snack, get comfy. Alright, so I could be wrong, but Trickster strikes me as somebody who could possibly have issues with England's lost condition. Spirits like Vengeance or Shroud have a fairly effective method to whittle down England's capital. I don't really see how Trickster does that. So I do want to prioritize getting some Dahan into our capital land. Currently looking like that's going to be land 1 or 2. And then we can hope to get some value off some Strife counterattacks. For right now though, we've got our Sands up, which looks like we can pretty easily solve. We can Strife 3 and Arson 5. We could Arson 6 right now, kill this town, which would then pocket 8. But I don't think we need to do that. We've got Presence and Dahan at 8. It's pretty easy to solve if it comes up. So I think I'd rather use Arson here next turn. Oh, we're going to gain a card. Let's do that now, see if it changes anything. Okay, turn 1 Gift of Power versus England. That's something I really like. But we're also offered 2 good Moonfire cards here, which we can use with our tier 2 and 8 to see more of the minor deck. One of which is a 0-cost answer to one of these lands. I'm a massive fan of Thresholded Inflame. We synergize with Strife, we can threshold it, we got tons of animal cards. Disease can also help with the lost condition. Sacred Sight's a bit of a cost. Shadows gives more fear and is a really clean solve. Yeah, okay, we'll take Shadows. When in doubt, pick the cheaper card, right? Okay, how to grow. We're going to play our Strife card here. Let's go here. And we're going to push our Dahan into 2, which I realize has disease. But I want to get Dahan in here in case mountains explore. Maybe we can kill stuff, keep the capital down, get some fear. We don't need Insight. So let's play Tigers, which would allow us to push an Explorer out of one of these. Ideally 7, because then we can stop a build. Because next turn we'll Arson 5, which will leave one adjacent town to 7. And we draw jungles. Okay, that's fine. We've got answers. Ooh, right. We can pay 1 to strife something else. Yes, let's do that. We'll only have 1 energy next turn, but that's okay. We took the 0 cost. It's paying off already. Okay, let's push the guy out of 4. No. Let's add a beast to 8. Now an event could solve it, which is a much, much better use. Next turn we'll be able to use Insight here. Kill a town. Hopefully we don't blight here with Arson, but if we do, not the end of the world. Probably go top track this turn. Work towards 2 energy. Gonna play Shadows. Gonna play Arson. Yeah, and if the beast solves 8 this turn, we're like really far ahead. Monsters is kind of the nuts here, isn't it? 3 relevant elements. 3 fear, 0 cost, also solves 8. Yeah, we can go to 3 card plays and just solve everything. And hit tier 2 and 8, right? Yeah, this is ridiculous. Terror Turns to Madness would have been a fine card to take too. Alright, let's grow into... Or three plays, obviously. We'll probably wind up getting beast damage this turn, but monsters will still give us 3 fear, which is nuts. Takes care of England 6 pretty nicely. We will grow here and push our Dahan around. Turn 2, play 3 great cards. No big deal. We'll probably forget Tigers if we get something good off Let's See What Happens. Get our Dahan closer to the coast. And next turn we'll send it over here. Okay, so proper sequencing is important with this spirit. Because our innate shows us new information. So we'll use Arson first, just in case we want to forget it for some reason. We reveal a fire card, so we do blight. That is fine. I'm actually more annoyed that we don't get to gain domesticated animals with our innate now. That would have been just whole. Where do we point our first Let's See? I'm thinking 6, the only inland building. Yeah. Mists. Well, that doesn't do anything. But we do get to gain mists, so that's a win. Yeah, I think we want to hang on to Arson. Yeah, let's chuck Tigers. Now we got the beast damage. Cultural assimilation. This sucks. We were going to pair him up next turn. Yeah, I guess we're converting this one. Which is awful for multiple reasons. And this doesn't do anything. Oh, Mist does do something. We'll send him here and we'll push him out. Value. Okay, let's solve everything. And get a whack of fear for it. Nope. Let's send Explorer to Beast. And I think we can send this to our Coastal Sands. We can get a counterattack in there. Let's get the Explorer out of here. Whoops. How about we actually click the Explorer? There we go. Oh, I'm an idiot. The jungles are ravaging, Ty. So let's push a Dahan out instead. Although... we can defend 6 next turn with our new card. Okay, I think we got there. I don't think we really need more than 3 card plays. So let's start going top track and maybe work our way towards majors. Do we want to gain a card here? Or do we just start +3ing our energy? Or, you know what we could do? Instead of sending the Explorer to 5, we could send him to the coast. Then we could reclaim for arson and blow up the town in 6. Then 6 couldn't build and 7 and 8 couldn't explore. Is that worth a potential blight and missing out on a bunch of energy? Don't know if it is. We can hit our innate with our 2 cards in hand. Or actually, we get tier 2 if we grow top track. Yeah, that's really good. I think we G2, G4. We've got easy counterattack in 6. We've got 0 cost cards that cover 7 and 8. Not to mention that we're pretty far ahead here. I think we're fine. And we get to push it to Han. And yeah, I think I'm going to try again. We'll send this one to 2. We can send more from 3 when 2 comes up. Yeah, okay. Let us see what happens. Sequencing. Yeah, let's use mists first in case we want to forget that. I think we use this in 6, because if we don't, we draw wetlands and our defend 4 is no good. Although I guess we're not forgetting mists here, so let's just fire this off. Purifying Flame. That is a blank. I doubt we want to gain this card. The cards we have are really good. Don't think that's worth messing up for a point of energy. Smaller ports, that probably whiffs. Stricken also whiffs. Choose a land with town and Dahan. Push if there's 2 Dahan. Don't want to push from 3, so let's pick this. Add a Strife. Strife in 6 plus Mist solves it, so that's sweet. We'll build in 6, send the city out. Okay, let's fire off Insight here, kill a town, get some fear. 1 is probably going to blight, but we can get our presence out of there with our reclaim, so that's fine. We will pay our energy and reclaim. We'll go top track for 2 energy. Save this presence. Nope. Let's first figure out if we're going for a power here, because that may change where we put our presence off the G1. Going to 2 energy seems pretty good, though. Yeah, I think... let's not. We're not really in dire need of any help here. Let's jump into our Dahan land. And let's make a sacred site, sure. I guess we could save 1. Arson plus mists. Though that might just make it blight anyways. Actually, let's grow in 5 instead. Because then we can monsters the town out. We can double strife 3 this turn. I don't know if it's worth trying to save this. Could just let it go and solve our sands instead. That's probably a lot better. Yeah, because Strifes plus Insight cleans this up. Save these for next turn. Ooh, we get beast damage too. That is pretty nice. We get to strife the town and kill the 2 explorers. Cool. Do we want to pay an energy for a strife? We've got a fear card. Well, hang on. I guess we could actually save 1 with either Arson or Mists. Oh, but we missed the beast damage then. Okay, never mind. We'll stick with this, and we'll push it to Han. Okay. On top of the fear card, we also have Let's See What Happens, so I think paying 1 energy for the potential save is worth it. Waterways. Well, that is help. We'll send to the Beastland. Nah, let's send a 6. And I do not believe we want to game this card either. I like our hand as is. We've got tier 2 and 8 again next turn. Moon, moon, fire, wind, wind. Yep. Population rises. Add a town. In a land with stuff. We'll add to 2 and we'll make that the capital land. Makes our 3 easier to solve. We also put a disease there. Great. +1 energy. Pretty good event. We get to move a Dahan around. So this blights. That's fine. Let's get a second Dahan into 6. Which should have definitely done that in growth. Oops. We will escalate in 2. Use the disease. Okay, so we'll monsters. Let's clean up 3. Now we'll monsters 5? Yeah. Yeah, because I guess we get to hang on to the strife this way. Another 3 fear, insane. Now we get to reveal our any space. Probably grab a major. We'll pick our element not now. We can pick it any time during our turn. Is that what we want? Presence? Yeah. Actually, let's just click 3 energy for now. We'll grab a major next turn when we'll have a better idea of which of our fantastic cards to forget. Let's push a Dahan somewhere. Let's do this in case we draw a Beast's attack. And where are we going to use Arson? Probably here, because I don't want to risk putting Blight anywhere else, which means we might lose the presence there, so let's see. I think that's fine if we do. Not really a big deal. We'll gain our air elements so we can strife stuff. And push our Dahan, right. We're going to start with Arson because we might replace it with our innate. Although we could just not use it and stay healthy. Yeah, yeah. Ah, screw it. No blight, cool. I mean, we blighted the first time, so we weren't going to blight this one, right? That's just how probability works. Actually, let's strife 5 instead of defending it. Oh, that was the wrong innate. That could have been catastrophic. Don't do what Ty do. Make sure you click the right innate, folks. Okay. I don't think we want to trade any of our cards for Lure either. We didn't blight off Arson, so I think I want to hang on to that just in case 2 gets out of hand. Let's use the correct power now. We'll pay an energy to strife this city. So we are vulnerable to a strife event this turn, but I want to use second mode of Mist to protect 1. Distant exploration. That's totally fine. We skip the lowest numbered normal build, which means 1 builds once. Sending to 4 makes sense. Get a juicy crackback in 3. Small crackback in 5. This doesn't matter, I don't think. Nope. We draw a mountain, and we will escalate in mountain. Likely to play Insight there next turn, so we can get some value off the strife before it goes and reduce the capital. I think we should reduce our blighted jungle since it's 50-50 to explore next. We will send it to 5, that's okay. We'll reclaim. What do we get if we grow now? We get fire. We move a presence. We got presents everywhere. Let's make a sacred site. Yeah. Now it is major time. Okay, well, we found Paralyzing Fright, which is obviously very good, pretty busted versus England, kind of boring though. I bet we could make Tiger's Hunting work. Keeps us nimble energy-wise. Also combos with our Animal Innate, that's pretty sweet. It's more on flavor too, I'm down with it. We will forget... I guess Shadows, which is not that card. Probably should have kept the presence in here for Shadows. It's fine, it's fine. Yeah, I think it's Shadows. Okay, let's play Tiger's Hunting. What's this threshold do? We can hit it, it's just a little bit of extra damage. Not really a high priority for us, at least at this time. Mists can save 1. Tigers plus Animal Innate kills City in 6. And we'll incite the mob to keep the capital under control. Next turn, Strife Arson covers 2. Let's grab our Animal Innate. And we get to push it to Han. We're going to send a 6. Because we are going to kill the city here. We will send 1... Let's just double check here. 1 beast deals 2 damage, okay. And now, oh, we've got 2 fear cards and like everything in 6. Like that should solve. Defend 4 here plus a strife on the city makes 1 impossible to blight off Ravage, I think. And I guess we'll see what happens in 6. Gives it another possible out. Okay, we get a beast token. Could have been worse. This card ain't bad. Cost 0, has a bunch of our elements, adds beasts, buffs tigers. I don't know, I think the cards we have still suit us better. Am I playing the Spirit ROM? This is fine. Yep. Probably put this disease into 4. If we draw Coast, we might have to reclaim so we can play Mists in 1 again. We'll see. Let's hit a solve. There we go. And we skip Explore. Nice. Keep the capital in check. Also gives us the fear card for next turn. Our fear cards save this too. Nice. Alright, so we are going to arson a town here. Because if we don't, it's going to blight anyways, and the piles of strife we're going to add don't matter. Just going to keep going top track. Let's keep our energy up. Probably go for another major next turn. Yeah, so let's grab our animal element again. Let's remember to push it to Han. I think we send one of these to 2. Okay. Let's find out if we blight here. Yes. Okay, we don't. That's obviously very, very good. Now we can double strife here. And we're going to let's see what happens in 3. I think we could accept a blight there. And hopefully we get to Han push. We can send everything to 2. Well, yeah, that's insane. We do want this card. Yes, please. Now I think we can chuck Arson. We've hit the 1 in 3 blight quota, so it's time for it to go. Forgetting a card in play can mess with your innates, so yeah, we're okay. We get to add another strife. Cool. Invaders surge inland. Doesn't do much. We will reduce land 1 since it is blighted. And it can stay with the beasts and Dahan. Grim Toll deals 2, unlikely to matter. Quarantine. That's not bad with a double explore coming up. Sweet. Monsters. I guess we'll just reduce 7 here. Chonk another 3 fear. We'll strife. I'll probably double strife 2. It is double ravaging next turn, but we can get 3 Dahan in there to kill some stuff. 1 is also a concern, but we got lots of good cards. We'll figure something out. Still got ways to go, so we are going to have to survive this double ravage. Move a presence. Let's just keep the sacred site. Sure, yeah. Okay, Spiders is insane here. That takes care of the double ravaging too. We just need the 1 earth, which we can get with our any element. So we can kind of just go ham on innates, thresholds, and fear. It has served us well, but I do not think we need mists anymore. I'm just eyeballing it here, but I'm pretty sure we can cover at least the coasts. 4's got disease. Yeah, bye-bye mists. Okay, let's get a Dahan into 2. And let's do a bunch of things. T-Strife will do something. Incite kills a town. And we will strife some stuff. Then we have enough energy and elements next turn to threshold this, our beast hand. Seems pretty good. Let's use this somewhere. Oh, let's grab the air for the strife. Now we got all 3, which surely can help somewhere. I think we kill this city by putting a Dahan there. We're skipping 2, so putting a Dahan in there is pretty dumb. Okay, so we point this at 5. We need the air. Click this. Okay, strife you. Fight Dahan. Beast deals 2. We go to 8 energy next turn. Our hand costs 6 and our reclaim costs 1. Okay. Let's see what happens over here. I could see this being a spot where, like, we just shouldn't use this. Because, like, I don't think we're forgetting any card here, and going blighted might make this game harder than it needs to be. And now I'm kind of wondering, could we have used our right innate better? Because, like, 5 isn't acting next turn. I guess if 4 explores, then that's another threat we have to deal with. Let's see what we can do about that. Just like move this over, gain our air. Make sure I use the right one. Or we only gather the beast, right? Yeah, that's no good. I'd definitely rather get 2 fear than strife and explorer, so let's go back to what we did. Need the air. Okay, there we go. Now back to this. I guess 2 is triple building. That's kind of a concern. Could we actually die here? Escalations are done. But is there an event we haven't seen that could kill us here? Maybe? I mean, we could spiders this turn to prevent a build. Kind of screws up our next turn, though. Ah, screw it. Alright, that's something. 2 fear, isolate. We do not want this. Alright, let's find out. We should be okay here. Yeah, okay, let's add here. Right, disease. Probably not then. Okay, so we can put our city in 1 and put our disease there too. That's not too bad. And now we get clever cooperation, which doesn't do too much probably. We can... Guess we actually kill the Explorer in 4 to cover the Jungle Explorer. That kind of makes sense. Scapegoats, level 2. I've seen better. Whole whack of buildings. Okay, good thing we hit here. Alright, it's time to solve some things. We don't have to touch anything in 2 because spiders will clean that up. So... we don't need this strife, so let's hang on to our energy. Now we go to 5 energy, plus 2 is 7, our hand costs 6, and our reclaim costs 1, so beautiful. If we draw Ignore Strife this turn, we're dead, but what are you going to do? It's only 5 Blight, maybe not. Actually, we're going to have 1 extra energy because we're going to 3, so we could have Strifed something last turn, but that's okay. Let's get our Dahan out of 2, and we'll send to 1. Fear cards or event could get us a kill. We need 2 beasts to skip 2 actions in 2. What am I missing? Oh, tigers, right. I knew that. Hey, it's been a long game, all right? Okay, now 2 fear off of spiders takes us to terror level 3. We will be choosing to skip both these ravages. What else we got? We can deal 2 damage with a beast. Oh, we haven't gained our element. Let's do that. Now we can double strife 8. Cool. And gather a beast. Sure. Now we've got everything but 7 covered. Can we rip a defend? Nope. Still something though. 1 damage, 1 fear. Let's nick the town here in case we get 2 damage off the beast. Nah, don't want this either. Provincial seat. Choose a land with a city, build there. Here you go. Push from beast. Quite a few options. Oh no. I'm an idiot who didn't threshold spiders. Perfect. Oh, man. I did say I was going to make mistakes, right? All right. Let's try and finish this game before I completely punt it away. Let's gather into here. That's a city kill. We skip some builds, sure. And we add a strife, sure. That's pretty good. Well, I guess that makes me feel better about adding the strife in 8 over thresholding spiders. I mean, this was all according to plan. Yeah, of course. So we can strife here and everything's peachy. Hang on. We should, let's kill 2 towns. Didn't even need this. I would say we're in the clear now. Yeah, skip the ravage, keep the strife. We need 9 fear, should not be a problem. Monsters was insanely good this game. We've played it at least 4 times and got 3 fear each time. Whatever. Just play our beast hand again, get some fear. We'll move our Dahan around just because. Let's do this. We got presents everywhere. Welcome to Trickster's Island, where there's tigers, spiders, and monsters all over the place. We can get a whack of fear off of this. Kill a city. Oh, let's I'm going to remember to threshold spiders here, just on principle. Oops. Let's not do that. Okay, we got there. That's game. There you go, that's Trickster. Lots of strife stuff, lots of Dahan stuff, lots of beast stuff. Minors, majors. Pretty comfy game. In spite of like multiple mistakes made. We also turned down the opportunity to pocket a couple times. Very long game and we stayed healthy. I'd probably say monsters and mists, which we forgot, were our MVPs. And we hit tier 2 and 8 like maybe every turn. Got lots of value off that, even though we didn't take many of the cards. And we put down a lot of strife this game. Events were... yeah, this sucked to hit right away. Lost to Dahan and put a building in the capital. This added a town, but gave us disease and energy, probably good for us. Increasing aggression didn't hurt us. Did we get 2... yeah, double Grim Toll. Vengeance would have loved this seed. Yeah, our events added like multiple extra buildings. Pretty strong showing for Trickster, I think. We even passed up Paralyzing Fright. Long video, so hopefully this was either entertaining or informative. And thanks for watching.